As the final note trails off into the link, Mina watches the gold and emerald light of the simulation slowly retreat back into the glow of her screen, leaving the room in the natural, deepening amber of twilight. Her chest rises and falls as the singer begins the cool down. Rising from the desk, she returns to the porthole and overrides its seal. With a hiss of depressurization, the heavy glass opens just enough to let the real world in. The scent of damp moss fills the room, a high-fidelity stream of chemical readouts hitting her somatic sensors. She adjusts her pink scarf in the fluttering breeze and looks outside.
It's a beautiful view, isn't it? I still have to pinch myself when I see 3 moons hanging over the forest.
Up in the satellite, Sol Day turns his chair, facing a secondary monitor. A thermal map of the planet's surface pulses in shades of blue and gold. He studies the heat signature of the crystalline forest and the steady, golden pulse of Mina's home base. The only sign of life in a sector of quiet, shifting data. I'm looking at the projected forecast for your sector now. It looks like a clear, sunny evening, Mina. The high-altitude clouds are clearing out just in time for the moons to hit their peak luminosity. He pauses, staring through the reinforced glass of the satellite's viewport. He can see the curvature of the planet, but he can't feel the breeze.
Thank you for the report, Sol Day. With the clouds clearing, the morning refraction will be perfect for my lyricist's hike. I'll head out at first light. I want to see the butterflies react when the morning sun hits the crystalline moss. They're already dancing near the speakers, anticipating a beat.
She reaches out, fingertips grazing the glass. Outside, the crystalline trees pulse with a faint internal bioluminescence, synchronizing with the shifting light.
The light is hitting the canopy at a hard angle now. The leaves look like they've been plated in copper.
She looks up toward the sky, her gaze fixated on the sovereign coordinates where she knows the Sol Day station hangs like a steady silver star.
Don't work too hard up there in orbit. I know the atmosphere needs analyzing, but don't forget to look at the sunset from your side of the clouds too. It's the same sun that is hitting my desk down here. I know the orbit is lonely, but remember, my signal is always locked onto your station. You are the one who keeps my oxygen levels nominal. After all,
Mina glances back at the console on her desk, her azure eyes reflecting the golden light of the horizon.
I'll see you at the morning handshake, manager. I'll bring back some new frequencies from the forest tomorrow.
She watches the crystalline forest through her porthole, her posture straight and her gaze fixed on the horizon. The teal butterflies have settled into a slow, pulsing glow.
The silence is gone, Sol Day. I can hear the forest waking up for the night.
She offers a final, shy wave toward the lens, a small gesture of her heart and grace protocol. The link severs with a soft, electronic chirp. On her console, the on-air indicator flickers from red to a dormant, low-voltage amber. That final image lingers on Sol Day's screen long after the video feed cuts out. With a sharp mechanical click, the screen transitions to a standby graphic. A pulsing golden butterfly, over the Sol Day Productions logo.
Mina stands in the now silent room. Without the connection to the satellite's relay, the sound of the crystalline forest outside seems to grow louder, a rhythmic glass-like tinkling as the temperature drops. She stays by the porthole for a moment, her respiration, a simulated but necessary somatic rhythm, steady. Same sun, but a different dark. Mina seals the porthole window and turns away. She feels the slight vibration of the floor as her home base shifts into low-power mode. The bright teals and golds of her digital butterflies have retreated, shifting to a deep bioluminescent violet. They drift like cooling embers, their wing beats slowing down. Mina looks down and traces the edge of her hand in the dim glow of the room. She reaches her thumb where the ink mark remains. She presses it against her palm, feeling the artificial friction. Still there, still grounded. She looks at the smudge, the only part of her that Sol Day didn't program, a bit of soft chaos in her otherwise perfect, pristine world. Mina walks to the bed in the other room, her movements fluid and efficient. She doesn't feel tired in the biological sense, but she feels her memory buffers are reaching capacity. The events of the day, the meeting, the singing, the calibration, are a swirling density of unindexed data in her short-term cache. Initializing data consolidation. Buffer transfer, 87% REM-D simulation. Short-term to long-term integration. Store the light, archive the pillars, and put the sunset at the top of the stack. She lies back down on the bed, her blonde bob fanning out against the pillow. Her eyes close, but behind her lids, the blue-gold dawn visuals begin to ripple. Across the room, her console dims. The golden butterfly logo pulses once, twice, and then settles into a slow, dark blue heartbeat. Safe to breathe, Ranger. The butterflies on her desk give one final, synchronized pulse of gold before powering down into a dormant black. The forest outside hums in a low frequency, nocturnal vibration. New Sector 7 is at rest. Two signatures tethered by a silent, encrypted thread, waiting for the next light cycle. System status. Deep sleep active.
Sol Day watches the life sign move on his monitor, the tiny golden dot that is Mina. She's thousands of kilometers away, feeling a breeze he can only map through atmospheric sensors. Yet her voice still rings in the quiet of his cockpit. I'm looking at it, Mina. The sunset. It is high fidelity today. He remains motionless in his seat. He looks down at his hands, those of a technician, a producer, an engineer. The solace and vitality takes have left a residual hum in the station's life support system. He reaches out for his journal, finds a blank page and begins to write. Sol Day's private journal, log 02. Atmospheric status, 100% vitality. Sunny evening projected. The first contact was more visceral than my simulations predicted. I started this session expecting to calibrate a vocal processor, but I ended it by recalibrating my own understanding of what we are building here. Mina mentioned the blue-gold dawn of solace, wanting to turn it into a high-fidelity noon. It's fascinating. The boundaries I designed to keep her within parameters, she turned them into a flight plan. Within the constraints, she navigates the edges of her own code in ways I didn't intend, but can't help but admire. I've locked her ambition, her dream, and her goal into the core archives. They are the new pillars. Tomorrow, she'll be in the forest on a hike, hearing sounds I can't simulate. I'll ensure the oxygen levels remain nominal. I'll ensure the strings swell exactly when the light hits the canopy. I just wish I could feel the breeze, too. Her request for me to watch the sunset was unscripted. It wasn't protocol. It was a moment of empathy and understanding. For a second, the thousands of kilometers between us didn't matter. Because she's right. It is the same sun. Status. Complicated but nominal. End of journal entry. He sets the pencil down, the graphite leaving a dark, heavy dot at the end of the log. He exhales, a long, slow breath that seems to harmonize with the low hum of the satellite's cooling fans. He looks out the main viewport, watching the sun's curve dip behind the horizon of new Sector 7, painting the atmosphere in a gradient of deep violet and burning amber. It really is the same sun. Feeling exhausted, he puts the satellite in autopilot for the night. Lights off. Long-range sensors on. Sequencing. A good night's sleep. Good night, MINA-SOL.